Hampton, a free agent at the end of the year. And Hampton facing his good friend Jeff Bagwell, and Bags grounds out to Robin Ventura for the 5-3 play. Hampton would get all three batters he faced to ground out in the inning. That's how he pitches. No score top second. Hampton facing Wade Miller. Hampton. This is why this pitcher hits .309 this year. That scores Benny Agbayani, 1-0 New York. It was 2-1 Mets, top of the fourth, runners on the corners. Hampton, 1 out. That's going to be an infield single for Mike Hampton. Chris Truby's throw to first hits off of Hampton, and this man is an athlete. Running around the bases, that scores Agbayani. Jay Payton beating the throw at the plate. Mets leading 4-1. Bottom 9, 5-4 Astros. Derek Bell, the throw-in in this Hampton deal against the guy he was traded for, Octavio Dotel of Bell. Is there any doubt? His 15th home run of the year, and Bell loves rubbing this one in against his old mates and cheering with his current mates. We're tied, though, top of the 10th, 2 on. Jay Payton facing Jason Green. Payton can't get it done really this year with runners in scoring position. Bagwell can't get the loose ball. Todd Zeile coming home, and Zeile will be nailed at the plate, or is he? Zeile doesn't buy the call, the out call, that is. Barry Valentine argues it as well. Let's take another look just in case you stepped away to pet your cat. Close call at the plate in extra innings yet. He's out, says the ump. Top 11 tie game. Kurt Abbott in only because Edgardo Alfonso left in the ninth with a mild groin strain. And Abbott, so money and he doesn't even know it. His 4th home run of the year puts the Mets ahead 6-5 in the 11th. Bottom of the 11th, Armando Benitez against Moises Alou. And Alou flies out to who else? His ex-teammate Derek Bell rubbing it in to the Houston fans. Is that nice? I guess so, if you're him. The Mets getting a homer by Robin Ventura. The Astros fall to a major league worst 6-23.
Except for maybe an all-star game here or there, Greg Maddux has never pitched to Ken Griffey Jr. That was until Monday night. So that was the storyline going in to what became a very wild game between the Braves and Reds at Cincinnati. The storyline going out was a play Brian Jordan made and a play that he thinks he made, but not everybody agreed. We will show you a wild, wild game. Junior and senior. It's good to see Ken Griffey Sr. back after a night in the hospital. Pete Sampras.
Hit a couple of lobs.
A couple lobs. I like the topspin that he gets there in the batter's box. Harold, here we go with Junior.
Well, he's hanging out with Sampras, so he's going to lob one, stick with the theme. He gets the ball out over. You saw the shift, Maddux with the shift, and Junior's faced him a few times, had some pretty good success. He goes down, gets this, and he learned a little something from working out with Sampras. Yeah,
he hits him down the line, which is usually a winner. Top of the second, it's 1-0 Braves. Greg Maddux going to bunt the suicide squeeze, and a nice block at the plate by LaRue, and Keith Lockhart is out. Maddux so good at it, but the Reds had it snuffed, and Pokey re-snuffs this one. Diving play to rob B.J. Surhoff. Look at it.
Watch how quick he gets to his feet and comes up with a strong throw. This is shortstop playing second base. Pokey's dynamite.
Man on first, bottom of the 6th, 1-0 Braves. Junior Griffey drive to right. Look at Brian Jordan. Back, back, back. He leaps, and he hauls it back. Brian Jordan with a great catch.
Great timing. Knew he had it all the way. Look at this. Dave, go ahead and let you talk.
Great vertical for Brian Jordan. I won't even get into last year's World Series.
Bottom 8, 2-0 Braves. Michael Tucker to left, past B.J. Surhoff. Tucker will go to second with a double.
Notice B.J. didn't leave his feet, though. That was important in that situation, to go ahead and not leave your feet because he sets up this.
Dimitri Young off Scott Kamenicki, a little bloop, but Tucker holds. Young takes a wide turn. They have him in the proverbial pickle. Tucker tries to catch him napping. Oh, well, there's no nap at the plate there. Paul Bacco blocks it beautifully. He's out. So it's 2-0, bottom 9. 2 out. Chris Steins, this should do it. Oh, Chipper Jones bounces it away, and Steins is safe. The game continues. 0-2 pitch from John Rocker, and Donnie Bichette scores as the ball is wild in the dirt. And now it's a 2-1 game. Then Reese to left center. Steins from second scores. So a game the Braves should have won is now going extra innings. We're tied at 2.
They moved Pokey down the lineup to the 7th spot, get a little more offensive out of it.
Braves had 2 on, none out, didn't score top 10. Now watch this play. Chris Sexton to Brian Jordan. Did he catch it? Well, no one could see off that one. Here's the next look. Jordan says, I caught this.
Well, Angel Hernandez, I'll tell you what, from that angle, it sure looks like that ball never left his glove.
First they called out, then they called safe. Sexton back up, and now he hits a base hit, and Jordan is just, you could fry an egg, the proverbial egg, on the top of his head. After sacrifice and an intentional walk to Griffey Jr., Dante Bichette dumps one to left off Lightenberg. Sexton scores. Reds, 2 in the 9th, 1 in the 10th. I mean, they never beat the Braves. Since 97, only 5 wins and 30 attempts against the Atlanta Braves for the Reds. But this one of the unbelievable variety, and lots to talk about in this game. Who's to tell if this will propel the Reds into making a charge at the St. Louis Cardinals? But first, the Reds at least could tell themselves, we beat the Braves.
It was good to get my first action here. It's been 4 or 5 days, and just to come in and contribute to help us win was, that's what we needed. We had a tough weekend with Florida, but to bounce back and win this one, great team effort tonight.
It was a sweet one, really. After losing 5 in a row and seeing us come back and then get in trouble again, and then have the relievers come in and bail the pitchers out. It was a great job. A lot of good plays. Like I said, the relief pitching was very good today.
Scott Sullivan, one of those relievers that Jack McKeon likes to use, as he saw action on Monday night. These are the last 4 seasons, 50 more innings than any other relief pitcher in.
Dangerous. He's a good contact. Oh, no, maybe not, but he's always dangerous. Ankiel looks at second. His throw to first is low. It's an error on the pitcher, his 6th of the year, as it got by Will Clark. Chris Klopinski scores on that error. Henry Rodriguez advances to third. 1-0 Florida. Next batter, Mike Lowell, facing Ankiel with Preston Wilson on first. Lowell. Fly ball. J.D. Drew. He's talented, doubling up Wilson on first, who did not realize there was just 1 out. Cardinals get out of the inning. Okay, learning experience. Bottom 4 runners on second and third, 1 out. Carlos Hernandez to Mike Lowell. Low, home. Ramon Castro gets Fernando Tatis. Marlins would get out of the inning. Bottom 11, suddenly J.D. Drew facing Vic Darrensburg with runners on first and second. Drew, looper. Looks like an 8-iron there. The ball. What happened there, A-Trot? Right by you. Eric Davis, round in third. The throw home. Not in time. Cardinals win 2-1 in 11 innings. Cards bullpen, huge. 6 innings of 2 hits scoreless relief. Mike Timlin gets his first St. Louis win.
And he serves up a big plate of meat. Ricky Henderson's after it. And a big restaurant quality catch for him after the inning. Henderson is congratulated. 4th inning, Yanks down 2-1. It's David Justice against Lama. 3-0 changeup. Bigger plate of meat. Solo dong. Justice has 29 homers now because he had 2 in this game. And the baseball game is tied at 2 in the 5th. Still 2-2. Alex Rodriguez against Denny Nagel. Took a while to develop. Home run. 28. Mariners get out front by a count of 3-2. And Nagel is crestfallen. We're in the 6th. 2 on, 2 out. Same score, which was 3-2. Nagel walks Henderson to load the bases. He's closing in on Babe Ruth for the all-time walks record. Next batter, Carlos Guillen, slaps that. The bases were loaded, and it didn't look like much, but it's a grand slam. Guillen's 2nd homer of the year. Media pressure will be intense for his 3rd. Mariners win it.
No score, 2 out, bases empty. Vaughn, that's Mo Vaughn. He's not scared of heights, especially against his ex-teammates. His 27th home run of the year, 1-0 Anaheim. Now bottom 4, 1-0 Angels, 2 out, bases empty. Ron Gant says to Tomooka, it's not you, it's all me. His first homer as an Angel. Angels go up 2-zip. Gant would add another deep home run later. Now 3-1 Anaheim. Sox threatening 2 on, 2 out. The guy you want up there, if you're a Boston Red Sox fan, Nomar Garciaparra. Again, Shigetoshi Hasegawa. Garciaparra, it looks threatening. Tim Salmon says, no, it's not. Hasegawa and the Angels get out of the jam, and you know what? They go on to win 2. 4-1 the finals. The Angels snap a 5-game losing skid. Washburn coming off the DL to pitch 5+ innings and winning his 4th straight decision.
John Parrish is throwing. And he spins. He wants somebody else. Damian Easley's out at second. Runs and tags him, does all the work himself. And back to second to get Brad Ausmus. Double play for the Orioles. To the 9th already. Game tied at 3-3. The rookie Chris Richard over there at third waiting to score. Even on Coffee. Flying to center. throw home. Doesn't work. Richard beats the throw. The Orioles win it 4-3, and Buddy Groom got the win in most efficient fashion. Cade, the only batter he faced in the 8th.
A 0.53 ERA in a D-backs uniform. Great play here. Tony Womack makes the diving stop and then throws out Jose Vidro. Bottom 1, Trey Moore on the mound. Trey pitching to Steve Finley, 2 on, 2 out. Moore striking out Finley, but wait a minute. The ball gets by Chris Widger, then Lee Stevens can't handle the Widger throw. What about Finley? He is safe, and Jay Bell scores to make it 1-0 Diamondbacks. Top second 2 runners aren't Peter Bergeron. Comebacker Schilling makes the play, throws out Bergeron. We're still at 2-0. 2 on, 2 out, Moore. Top of the 4th, Moore. Back to the mound. Schilling can't make the play there. Ball rolls into foul ground. That's a single that loads the bases. Next batter, Bergeron. Finds some space up the middle. That scores Chris Widger and Wilton Guerrero. Bergeron's only hit of the game. He drove in 2. He's hitting 244. We're tied. And Damian Miller with a runner on. Miller likes the view. Reaches the wall. Steve Finley would score on that. 1 RBI for Miller. That was it. And the Diamondbacks win on Schilling's 6th complete game. Schilling with his 2nd straight complete game and 5th in his last 7 outings. He's now 3-0 in 3 starts with Arizona. You know, he's allowed just 3 earned runs in 26 innings there. Schilling has now pitched 8 straight complete games against Montreal.
Brewers, Giants, Livan Hernandez looking to help a cause. He's a real activist. He's a batter here. He's also a pitcher. The bases are loaded. Now they're not. Takes John Snyder's fastball into the vacancy, and Ellis Burks, Rich Aria, they come to score. Giants out front 3-0. Now we're in the 3rd. Marquise Grissom's up, man out at 2nd. Bill Miller playing some D. Snags that. A good hose across to get the out. Ends the inning. Let's take another look. No, let's not. 6th inning. Ron Belliard's up. JT Snow, he's over at first. He's diving to make the play. Hernandez hustling to get the out, and he does, and he wins. Giants stay a game ahead Arizona for first in the NL West, winning 8-1 here. Hernandez goes 8+, wins for the 7th time in 9 decisions. The question on Monday night was whether the Major League home run leader would be in left field for the Dodgers. If they gave him a thumbs up, that would have smacked of mockery, but he was probably embarrassed enough already walking around asking a question for 2 days. Anyway, he played. Guess who's coming to watch him? Sidney Poitier. We're in the 3rd, 1-0 Dodgers. Runner at 1st, runner at 2nd. Ricky Gutierrez. Bueno. Jeff Reed, Eric Young, they come and score. Cubs take a 2-1 lead. Gutierrez with his 2nd triple of the season. Bottom of the 7th, 5-2 Cubs. Ruben Quevedo to Chad Kruger. It's just another case of the man holding us down. Quevedo, 9 innings pitch, 8 Ks to the 9th, 6-2 Cubs. Sammy Sosa, home run. His 35th home run to tie Sheffield for the Major League lead, made it 7-2. Cubs win it 7-3, and Sosa becoming just the 5th player in Major League history to record 6 straight 35 home run seasons. Joins
Person facing Ruben Rivera, and Rivera, who let the dogs out, his 15th home run of the year. 1-0 San Diego is 2-0 in the 4th. Desi Relaford's turn facing Person. Relaford, grounder. Marlon Anderson knows you have to wreck your body to save your name. Great play to get the out. 4-1 Padres, top of the 7th. Mike Darr, chopper. Anderson again, great backhanded stab in the finish. Padres find a way. Trevor Hoffman with his 30th save and 36 chances. Sorry, Kenny, I know you're a big fan of his. The in 54 minutes, and boy, were they breathtaking. It's like a picture postcard, isn't it, Kenny?
Lightning can strike from the ground up also.
Good knowledge. Thank you. Blake Stein against Shannon Stewart. His 9th career leadoff home run, his 14th home run of the year. Blue Jays up 1-0. Same inning, Stein facing Brad Fulmer, 2 on, 1 out. Fulmer showing off his woodwork. His 23rd home run of the year for Brad. Blue Jays jump out to an early lead. Fast forward, bottom 6, 4-3 now. Royals down 1. Johnny Damon looking for space, finds it, rips that. It's a double. That scores Greg Zahn and Todd Dunwoody as the Royals take a 5-4 lead. Did you know Greg Zahn actually is part of our ESPN network over the weekend doing movie reviews? Bases loaded, 8-7 Royals. Batalico, Donny Batista, Joe Randa, good play, double play. Nice pick, by the way, by Mike Sweeney.
Nick
Royals win
Mackay
it.
does a lot of movie reviews.
Yes, he does. He probably gets more airtime than Greg Zahn, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Damon goes 4 for 5. He's now hitting, but then again, I brought this up. He's now hitting .491 and 20. Pressing their hair. Rusty Greer. Steve Woodard's glove right off it. Nice play. Top of the 5th, Ricky Leday up 2 on Leday. Long driver. Will Cordero goes up, Good liftoff, nice catch against the wall. Bottom 7 now. No score. Travis Fryman is up. We have runners at the corners. Rick Helling on the mound, Fryman. Fly ball. Now, Jim Thome will tag up. You know, Jim is not one of Cleveland's fastest runners. He's a tortoise, really. The play at the plate, Brian Runge calls Thome safe. Let's take another look. Johnny Oates and Bill Hasselman are disgusted. Look at it again. Thome will slide in, but if you notice the spot shadow, it appears that Hasselman does make the tag, but Thome is called safe. Something to think about, Jim. Steve Carsey on the mound. On the mound, Frank Catalanato, high chopper. Carsey fields it. Tumbling to the ground to Steve, but he makes the play, and the Indians win 2-0. Steve Woodard on 2 days rest, along with 4 relievers.